Yo, what's good? It's Grafter Boy with ONZ Music Group, and we're about to make an Afroswing type of track, something in the style of man like J Huss. Fresh home, doing bits with the big Drizzy on stage the other day, some madness. But yeah, something like that Kojo Funds type of vibe and them man sound, something upbeat and summery, something for the girls to whine to, you see me?
It's a bit of a sticky one still.
Alright, so first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna grab a mallet instrument, a kalimba. Then now there's three instruments I always go to for these summer beats. It's kalimba, malimbas, and steel drums. I don't know, those sounds are just upbeat and summery and happy, and that's always where I start. And then from there, I might change the sounds around. I might keep them, but that's always my starting place. Now, when it comes to melodies, like I ain't really got a method for how I get the melodies. So the main thing that I can recommend to somebody is just Google major or minor key scales, find out what notes you should be playing, and just try to stick to that. Play a few notes until you hear something that sounds good. I mean, honestly, that's I think how most people do it, is just play around till you get a melody and just run with it. So yeah, obviously that's the melody. Of course, gotta quantize it, get it all in timing and that. You know, sometimes producers choose not to quantize it or purposely put it out timing so that you can get a little bit more of a swing to it. That's not the type of vibe I'm going for this one. I'm gonna keep it quantized perfectly on the grid. But yeah, that's always an option if you want to add additional swing to your track. You know, just change the snap to none and move it off the grid a little bit, and it'll give you a little bit more of that bounce. So yeah, you can hear with this sound there's a lot of low end coming through with it, and obviously later on we come to add the drums or the bass or whatever we add afterwards, it's going to interfere a lot and it's going to make for a muddier mix. So I'm just cleaning out that lower end and making sure that it sits a bit nicer. Yeah, so once I'm happy with this, I'm going to double it up with another kalimba sound. It's a bit more punchier to punch through the mix, with a little bit more high end. Again, it's got a lot of low end in it, so I make sure that the low end's gone out of it. I put a low pass filter on it to give it a little bit more of a subtle sound rather than hitting in your face. Now obviously when I'm mixing this, it's a on the go mix. It's not an in-depth proper beat mix. Now if that's something you guys are interested in or something that you guys want to learn how to do, I can do tutorials on that where you get into depth with things. Just let me know, comment down below if that's something you want to see. Okay, so we've got the snares set up and it started to give that track that little bit of a bounce, get the head bopping going. Do you know what I'm saying? It's the rhythms coming into it now. The one thing I didn't like about this snare was that the reverb tail on it was a little bit too long for me. So if you're in FL Studio, you can just go into audio editor on it and you can just play around and get it right until it's nice and tight and then makes exactly what you want it to be. Alright, so I followed up that snare with a punchy punch in your face type of kick to, you know, hit through that mix properly and give the track that vibe and add to that rhythm that we got going on already. Alright, so now that I'm happy with how the drums are sounding, how that kalimba's sounding, how it's sitting in the mix, I'll go for the acoustic guitar to add that little Spanish flex on top of it. And here you're going to see me again, like I was saying before. I've got my key, I'm in C sharp minor, and I'll just start playing notes. I'll find something that I like and I'll run with it. Okay, so once I'm happy with that guitar sound, I'm going to slap it into the mixer. Now again, like I said before, when I'm doing these mixes, I'm doing it so on the fly, I'm not really focusing on it. So for me, I find it disrupts that creative flow that I have going when I'm making a beat. to sit there in the middle of it and start, you know, mixing down or messing with the volume. So I'll do a very, very basic, you know, just the bare bones of what you need to do in the mix, just so I can get a good sound for how the end product will sound. Okay, so now I'm going back to that first sound that I started with, the kalimba. And from here, the sound started to sound like it was sustaining longer than it should be, like it was overlapping the previous note. So I went back into the sound, started editing it to get it sounding right again. And I think that's an important thing as well. The sounds that you start with aren't necessarily the ones that you have to end with. You know, when you come to the end of your track, if there's certain instruments that are standing out that just aren't sounding right, obviously just go change them around and see. You never know, you know, the beat might sound 10 times better with a different instrument. So now that I'm happy with all of my instruments, I'm going to go in and start doing the arrangement. Again, a very rough arrangement, just sort of the first verse and then the hook. So typically what I like to do when I'm sending artist beats, I'll send them, you know, a verse and a hook, or maybe even just, you know, a long loop, because I like to, you know, tailor the beat around the vocals more. So once the artists have got the track, they can start working on the bars and whatnot. And then after that's all done, like I usually get them to record onto a loop, or a verse and a hook, and then, you know, from there I do the little cutouts and cut-ins for the beat, and again it just makes for a more tailor-made track that suits vocals. So this is where I'm going to leave the beat off, and from here I'm going to leave it down to you guys. So you might have noticed that I haven't added a few things into the track. There's no bass line, you know, there's still plenty of melodies or maybe some pads below it that could accompany it. And you know, this is sort of the bare bones of a beat. So from here I'm going to put a link down below in the description with the track out for this beat, for you guys to be able to download. The person who does the best beat will win a collab. I'll release it onto our website and we'll put it out for sale and split the profit, and I'll give them a shout out in this next video. So start sending them through to info@onzmusicgroup.com. Everything's down in the description for what you need. Alright, so I'm going to let you guys listen to how far I got with the beat, and like I said, hit up the description below, enter into the competition, and let's get it. ONZ Music.